The late summer sun baked the blacktop outside Harris Market in the small southern town of Brookhaven, Georgia. Officer Derrick Vance eased his patrol SUV into the parking lot, not expecting much. Dispatch had called it a minor disturbance. That usually meant a couple of grumpy shoppers arguing over a parking spot. He figured he'd be in and out in 10 minutes. The scene, however, didn't feel minor. Near a silver crossover, a woman stood with one hand braced on the doorframe and the other clutching a paper grocery bag. Her dress, the soft blue kind you find in maternity shops, stretched tight over a swollen belly. She looked like she was in her last month of pregnancy. Derrick didn't know her name, Maya Carter, not yet. She was speaking to another woman, older, pale-skinned, and visibly irritated. Both women had that rigid, shoulders-high tension that comes before things boil over. Derrick approached with a clipped, no-nonsense stride of a man who didn't intend to waste words. "Derrick, what's going on here?" It wasn't a question. It was a command. Maya's voice was calm but firm. "I was loading my groceries." "That car," she pointed toward a dented beige sedan wedged into the next spot, "pulled too close for me to open the door." I asked him to back up. "That's it." The older woman jumped in. She started it. "I was just parking." Derrick's jaw flexed. "Ma'am, I'm not here to take sides. I need you to calm down." He wasn't looking at the older woman. His eyes locked on Maya. Her brows lifted in disbelief. "I am calm. Why are you talking to me like I've done something wrong? I just want to get home." His voice sharpened. "I'm giving you a lawful order. Leave the premises now." Maya blinked, stunned. "You're ordering me to leave the grocery store parking lot? After I've paid for my food? Why?" He stepped closer, his shadow stretching over her. "Because you're causing trouble." A few yards away, a man leaning on a shopping cart, Caleb Jennings, a local mechanic, lifted his phone and hit record. The little red light blinked to life. "This ain't right," Caleb muttered under his breath. Maya kept her voice steady, though her pulse was hammering. "Officer, I'm 8 months pregnant. I've done nothing illegal. I'm not leaving until you tell me why I'm being treated this way." Derrick's nostrils flared. "Ma'am, I'm not going to repeat myself." Then it happened. His hand shot forward, palm flat against her shoulder. The shove rocked her back into the SUV with a dull thud. The grocery bag tipped. An apple rolled across the sun-warmed pavement. Gasps rippled nearby, but no one stepped in. Maya's hand flew to her belly. "You just put your hands on me." Derrick straightened, scanning the onlookers as though searching for backup in the crowd. "You were refusing to comply," he said, louder now. Caleb's camera didn't flinch. "I'm recording this," he called out. Derrick shot him a glance. "That's fine. Make sure you get the whole thing." But his voice wavered, just slightly. Maya bent to grab the apple, then stopped. Her gaze locked with Derrick's. "You have no idea who I am, do you?" He smirked. "Doesn't matter who you are. You follow orders like everyone else." Her voice dropped to a low, deliberate warning. "You'll regret that." She slid into the driver's seat and shut the door. Caleb kept filming as she pulled away. The tension in the air was heavy enough to feel in your teeth. Disbelief, anger, the uneasy knowledge that something had just gone very, very wrong. Derrick stood rooted, his cruiser idling behind him. His radio crackled for a new call. But he didn't move. For the first time that day, uncertainty edged into his gut. Caleb wasn't done. He walked toward his truck, phone still recording. When Derrick turned toward him, the officer's voice was clipped. "Sir, I need you to put that phone away." Caleb didn't move. "I think I'll hold on to it. For my records, that's evidence in an investigation. I can take it." Caleb stepped back, free hand raised. "You're not taking anything from me. I saw what you did. We all did." For a moment, they stood locked in a silent standoff while shoppers watched from a safe distance. Then Derrick turned on his heel, retreating to his patrol car without another word. Caleb stopped recording only when the officer was far enough away. He replayed the clip, nearly 2 minutes long. Clear as day. The shove, the jolt, the apple rolling away. He didn't know the pregnant woman's name, but he knew one thing. Without this footage, her story might disappear before it even started. Sitting in his truck, Caleb scrolled through his contacts. His cousin Tasha, a paralegal, knew how these things worked. Caleb, Tash, I've got something you need to see. Harris Market. Cops shoved a pregnant woman for no reason. There was a pause. Then her voice sharpened. Do you know who she is? No. Should I? Her name's Maya Carter. Her husband is Deputy Chief Elijah Carter. Caleb sat back hard in his seat. You're serious? Dead serious. And if this gets out, it's going to blow up. He glanced at the video again. Maybe it should blow up. By nightfall, the video was out. Caleb didn't upload it himself. He'd sent it to Tasha, and within hours, it had slipped from one inbox to another like wildfire through dry grass. By 8 p.m., it was on Facebook, TikTok, and 3 local news pages. The caption under the TikTok post read, Brookhaven cop shoves pregnant woman over a parking space dispute. Hashtag justice for Maya. The comments exploded. Is she okay? 8 months pregnant? He should be fired. I know her. That's the deputy chief's wife. Oh, he's done. Maya sat at the kitchen table, laptop open, the glow from the screen reflecting in her tired eyes. Her husband, Deputy Chief Elijah Carter, stood behind her, arms crossed so tightly his knuckles whitened. On the screen, Derrick Vance's shove replayed in crisp, damning clarity. Elijah's jaw locked tighter with each loop. Elijah, this happened today? Maya nodded slowly. Around 2 this afternoon, right in the Harris Market lot. His voice was low, dangerous. And he put his hands on you while you're pregnant? In front of at least 10 people. And the camera didn't lie. Elijah's phone buzzed. Another message from the mayor's office. He didn't answer. Not yet. His focus stayed on the grainy footage of his wife flinching against the SUV, the apple skittering away. Elijah, he doesn't know who you are. That's the only reason he's not already off the force. But he will. Across town, Derrick Vance was sitting in his recliner, a cold beer sweating in his hand, trying to convince himself this would blow over. His phone had been vibrating all evening. Unknown numbers, text notifications, Facebook tags he didn't want to open. Finally, his partner, Officer Mark Steele, called. Mark, Derrick, you've seen it yet? Seen what? The video. Man, it's everywhere. You shoved the deputy chief's wife. The silence on Derrick's end was heavy. You're joking. Wish I was. The clip's got your face front and center. The whole county's watching it. Derrick swore under his breath. It's not what it looks like. She was resisting orders. Orders for what, D? Standing next to her car? By morning, it wasn't just a local story. Atlanta's Channel 7 ran it in their primetime segment. Then came the calls from regional outlets. The words excessive force, misconduct, and 8 months pregnant were everywhere. At the Brookhaven Police Department, the chief's office door stayed shut. A stack of printouts, complaints, social media screenshots, statements from witnesses grew by the hour on the desk outside. Maya wasn't hiding. She sat down with Rachel Green, a reporter for the Brookhaven Herald, and gave her account in clear, measured words. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't aggressive. I simply asked another driver to give me space, so I could open my door. That's all. Then Officer Vance ordered me to leave. When I asked why, he shoved me. That's what happened. Rachel leaned forward. And your husband? Maya's eyes didn't soften. My husband's job has nothing to do with this. If Officer Vance treats a visibly pregnant woman this way in public, what do you think happens when no one's filming? Rachel knew she'd just gotten her headline. Derrick, meanwhile, was summoned to the department's internal affairs unit. The room was cold, painted the kind of gray that made you forget the time of day. 2 investigators sat across from him. Investigator 1. Officer Vance, the footage is clear. Do you dispute that you made physical contact with Mrs. Carter? No, but... Investigator 2. And do you dispute that she was not under arrest, nor was she suspected of crime? No, but she was... Investigator 1. Then explain why you put your hands on her. Derrick swallowed. She was refusing to comply. I gave a lawful order. Investigator 2. Ordering a woman to leave a parking lot after buying groceries is not a lawful order. The pen in the investigator's hand tapped against the file. You understand the severity of this, Officer Vance? Elijah Carter didn't just understand the severity. He was orchestrating the fallout. At a quiet meeting in the mayor's office, he laid out the facts like chess pieces. We have a viral video. We have 10 witnesses. We have a public demanding accountability. You have a decision to make, Mayor. The mayor shifted uncomfortably. You want him fired? Elijah's gaze was steady. No, I want him off the force before sundown, and I want the public to see it happen. By that evening, the Brookhaven Police Department posted a terse statement on its Facebook page. Officer Derrick Vance has been placed on unpaid leave pending the outcome of an internal investigation regarding use of force in an incident involving a civilian. The department takes all allegations seriously. The comments under the post were merciless. Unpaid leave? That's just a vacation. Fire him now. Pregnant woman, y'all. Pregnant. Woman. At home, Maya closed her laptop. The baby kicked lightly, as if sensing her tension. She looked at Elijah. Maya, this isn't over, is it? Elijah, not even close. This is just the start. The morning after his suspension, Derrick Vance's phone rang at 6:12 a.m. It wasn't his union rep, his partner, or the chief. It was Victor Hale, the attorney who built his career defending cops in gray area, use of force cases. Victor, Derrick, you're going to want to keep quiet. No interviews, no statements without me present. Got it? Derrick, they've already crucified me online. Half the town's calling for my badge. That's the point. Public opinion's the real trial now. And you need to stop acting like you're guilty. While Derrick prepped for his legal defense, the Brookhaven PD building was cracking under pressure. In the locker room, some officers muttered about mob justice and trial by social media. Others stayed silent, avoiding eye contact with Derrick's empty locker. Mark Steele pulled Elijah aside in the hallway later that afternoon. Mark, look, I don't agree with what Vance did, but this department's tearing itself apart over one guy. Elijah didn't stop walking. It's not over one guy. It's about the kind of department we're going to be. The old way or something better. Meanwhile, Maya's face had become the quiet symbol of the movement. Her interview with Rachel Green had been clipped into a viral soundbite. If this is how he acts in broad daylight, imagine what happens when no one's filming. It was playing on local radio. People were quoting it at city council meetings. T-shirts with the phrase were already popping up at protests. And then someone sent her something unexpected. It arrived in a plain manila envelope slipped under her front door. No name, no return address. Inside was a single USB drive. Elijah plugged it into his laptop. A video loaded, body cam footage, time-stamped 6 months earlier. Derrick Vance, in the same uniform, was yelling at a teenage boy outside a convenience store. It ended with Derrick slamming the kid against a wall before cuffing him. There was no arrest report in the system for that day. No record of the incident at all. Maya's breath caught. Maya, Elijah, this was covered up. Elijah leaned back slowly. And whoever gave this to us wants it out. That evening, Maya called Rachel Green again. Maya, you want to follow up? I have something you need to see. Rachel's jaw tightened as the footage played. This isn't just excessive force. This is a pattern. Your husband knows I'll have to run it. Maya didn't flinch. Run it. Across town, Derrick was watching the news when his lawyer called again, voice sharp. Victor, tell me you didn't keep any old skeletons lying around, Derrick. What are you talking about? Body cam footage from last year just surfaced. Teen suspect. No report filed. The public's going to see it tonight. Derrick's hand tightened on the phone. Someone setting me up. Victor's voice dropped. If that's true, then they're very, very good at it. By 9 p.m., the footage was airing on Channel 7. The station ran both videos side by side, Maya's shove and the teenage boy's arrest. Framing them under a single headline, Brookhaven officer accused of repeated excessive force. The reaction was nuclear. Protesters doubled overnight. The mayor's office was flooded with calls. Even the police union's president told reporters the situation was deeply troubling. Inside the department, the chief was livid. "Chief Daniels, this is a disaster. Whoever's leaking this is doing it to burn this place to ground." Elijah didn't argue, or to clean it out. But Derrick wasn't finished. The next morning, his attorney filed a formal grievance with the city, alleging that Deputy Chief Elijah Carter had a personal vendetta against him because of his marriage to Maya. Victor went on record with the press. "This is a politically motivated takedown, not justice. My client is being targeted because he crossed paths with the wrong man's wife." Maya read the statement while sipping her tea. Her phone buzzed again. Another anonymous text. This one just said, "If you want the truth, meet me behind the old bus depot. Tomorrow, noon." She stared at it for a long moment before showing Elijah. His answer was immediate. "Elijah, we're not walking into that alone." The old Brookhaven bus depot sat on the edge of town like a relic from another time. Cracked windows, rusted gates, graffiti curling up its walls. By noon, the sun was high, and the air was heavy with that summer heat that made everything feel slower. Maya pulled up in her SUV, Elijah in the passenger seat, his eyes scanning every corner of the lot. Two unmarked cruisers waited a block away, officers inside with radios ready. At 12:04, a figure emerged from the depot's shadow, slim, hood pulled low, a black backpack slung over one shoulder. It wasn't who either of them expected. Officer Mark Steele. Elijah stepped forward, jaw tight. "Elijah, you?" Mark glanced around before speaking. "Mark." "Yeah, it's me. I'm the one who sent the body cam footage." Maya folded her arms. "Why?" Mark's voice was low, almost resigned. "Because Derrick's been like this for years. Complaints vanish. Reports get lost. Supervisors look the other way. That kid in the convenience store? That was my call. I saw what he did, and the department buried it." He dug into his backpack and pulled out a thick manila folder. "This is every file they buried on him, for years' worth." Elijah's eyes flicked over the folder before taking it. "You know, giving us this means you're done here." Mark gave a bitter half-smile. "I've been done for a while. I just didn't want to leave without cleaning up a little." That night, Rachel Green's headline lit up every local feed. "Whistleblower exposes years of misconduct by suspended officer." The story went beyond Derrick shoving the teenage boy. It traced a pattern of intimidation, falsified reports, and missing evidence. It named names, listed dates, and showed just how deep the rot ran. The fallout was instant. The mayor called for an emergency city council session. The police chief announced his retirement, effective immediately. The state's attorney general confirmed a formal investigation into the Brookhaven Police Department. But Derrick wasn't going quietly. He went on live TV the next morning, eyes glassy, voice sharp. "This is a smear campaign. These so-called whistleblowers are liars, and Deputy Chief Carter is behind every bit of it. Ask yourself why these stories are only coming out now, right after I had an altercation with his wife." He leaned forward toward the camera. "If they think they can bury me, they better start digging deeper." Maya watched the broadcast from the kitchen, one hand resting on her stomach as the baby shifted inside her. Elijah walked in, holding a small padded envelope. "Maya, what's that?" "Elijah. It came this morning. No return address." Inside was a single flash drive. The label read, "Only, for when it gets worse." They exchanged a long look. Maya slid the drive into her laptop. A folder popped open. Dozens of video files, each labeled with a date and location. The first clip was from 3 years ago. Not Derrick this time. Another officer. Another violent arrest. The second clip, 2 officers. One of them, unmistakably, Chief Daniels. Elijah leaned back, exhaling slowly. "Elijah, this isn't just about Derrick." Maya's voice was quiet but steady. "No, this is about the whole system." She clicked on the third file. The screen lit up, and in the grainy footage, the truth began to unravel all over again.